Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Loads of PC, and welcome back to War in the Pacific and the Invictus play-by-email game. Yes, we are carrying on with our steady progress across the Pacific and dealing with Invictus's stuff. Is I think the best way to kind of describe it. He is playing a very good game, and yeah, I'm unfortunately feels like I'm reacting a lot to his movements, which it shouldn't really be the case. It should be me forcing him to react to me. So we will try and regain the initiative in doing that, but obviously we need to see how things go, and we've obviously got stuff kind of happening at the same time. But I hope everyone is well. I'll get it out of the way nice and early. Please do remember to like and sub if you enjoy this content. Obviously, we have been uploading plenty of these videos, and we will keep uploading War in the Pacific videos because they do quite well on the channel, and it's quite fun to document how this conflict goes. Sorry, I'm messing with a pen as I do this. So yeah, if you like and subscribe, that obviously makes it a lot easier. Now, this is a cargo ship probably going to Babladalb, which has just been hit by a Dutch sub. Oh, it's got infantry on it, according to this. That is not, or people on it, that's not good. Because that submarine has also, that has sunk. There is a Airfield company on there, which I imagine is going to rebel. Not great. Erg. Stuff like that. It's little things like that. It's just you know, he's frustrating me in the ways that he absolutely should. So fair enough. Got another Dutch sub here. I really hate the Dutch subs. They're like, you know, at least the American subs at the beginning of the game, they're not effective. You know, yes, they're going to get some hits, and if they're, you know, if they are going to be unprotected, they might come up and shoot with their guns. But as we just saw there, you know, a lot of the American torpedoes are just going to bounce off ineffectively. Well, there goes a AKL as well. Now, this is the stuff that is going to rebel, if I think rightly. I mean, it says it sinks. It also said it was obliterated. It's a struggle. You know, I think, yeah, here comes the ships coming up. It is a struggle at the moment, and we need to try and, you know, get some success back, and, you know, try our best to kind of keep things going on, and, you know, dealing with his shit. His subs are kind of almost just roaming free and causing us lots of problems. So, you know, and this at the moment arguably is at the kind of early stages where it's not as risky for some things to be moving around. You know, we haven't considered our initial moving of things like oil and fuel, which if we lose tankers, then that's going to be really, really terrible. So yeah, it's a few things that we've got to kind of consider and make sure that, you know, we have kind of going in our favor. Now obviously we've got aircraft that are supposedly trying to do some anti-submarine patrols, but yeah, generally it seems that we need to get patrol boats and destroyers and anything we can to kind of deal with these. So we'll find some more sub chasers and move some in between Rabaul and Truck and Babladalb to see how things go, because as I say, at the moment it's rather frustrating. There's a bit of bad weather in the air. We've got a sweep over Changsha, still nothing. Some Nels are bombing the Indian Brigade in the middle of Malaya. Now they are on the move, and yeah, this is what we were being told before. Attack, or I was advised, attack units that are on the move, and attack units that are obviously in the open. So that's pretty good, you know, casualties. Overall, they're about 55 to 60 casualties. Nothing super serious, but better than you know, nothing at all. Some Kate's doing some ground bombing. Again, not particularly doing great. Anne's doing some bombing and getting destroyed in the meantime, so we'll keep an eye on those. Elsewhere, yeah, mostly things going alright in the air. So it's not really the air that's the problem, it's just dealing with submarines. Right, and I'm kind of curious where the AVG has gone. I am really curious. Because it does feel like, you know, either he's got them grounded to kind of prevent, you know, any sort of attack on them, or, you know, or they're just not there. So, yeah, it's an intriguing one, to say the least. Lily's not doing a particularly good job. They are flying a bit further than they should, really, which is obviously also a kind of problem. In the fact that it means that they're carrying less bombs, which isn't great, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that it's trying to find the balance, and I know that people will advise me to, you know, make sure you don't fly over that minimum limit and things like that. We just lost another cargo ship, but, you know, there's I understand why, but yeah. Another bombardment attack at Clark Field. So we kind of got hammered pretty hard last time. We do have more units, and we've got more units on the way. They should be near Manila by now. Not as bad at casualties, but still pretty rough. Now, the big problem is Clark Field is... Oh, we want this to... Okay, better, but still not ideal. Still, Tarakan is holding. We're gonna... I think I'm a little bit worried about... what you call it? Clark Field, and I'm a little bit worried that it might end up in a bit of a... what you call it? A bit of a stalemate, which isn't great. Now, something that is great is this. Holy shit. I don't know if... Invictus was expecting me to attack this area, but what has been really, really good here is we've captured, or we've managed to destroy a few of his aircraft on the ground. So Hudson 1s and Dornier's 24. Now, they're not the things that are going to win me the war, but they have been causing me some bother recently, and obviously have been attacking Mandano and Turnit and ships that have been kind of going in and out. So getting rid of those, I'm actually really fucking happy with that. That's a success. So we will take that. Successes are something that we will always want to do, and we will take those morale victories and go from there. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to come back to Japan in a moment, because there's a couple of things I want us to talk about. Changchao, we have units now here at Changchao. We are carrying on. Oh, not quite a deliberate just yet. We're going to start with a bombard attack, and then we can move into a full-on deliberate, depending on what is there. Now, he has done a similar thing to what I was doing, which is crossing the river not at a defended point. So that is a little bit frustrating, but it's okay, because we do have a infantry regiment that I'm going to move up towards Ishang, and it'll be able to help with this defense. We also do have a lot of units at Xinjiang as well, so we'll keep an eye on this unit. Now, again, they're in the clear there, so what I'm actually going to do is we've got a lot of nates, annoyingly, and not a lot of ground attack aircraft. Where are our Sonyas? There's some there. Let us move. How big is the airbase at Hankow? It's 7. It does need more aviation support, really. What about over in Shanghai? Shanghai has 56. Wushang doesn't really have anything there. Okay, let us take these guys, put them into strat move, getting down to Hankow. Wait, did that even allow them to do that? No, it's not going to let them. Fuck. Because this is why we need Cheng Chao captured. Okay, so what we can do is where we got a lot of aviation support nearby. I don't think there's a lot around. So I want to move the lilies in. And with that, then kind of use it to just attack those guys in the open. So, yeah, even this doesn't have a lot of aviation support. So let us go to lilies, transfer to base, set to, oh fuck, go to Hankau, and then again, let us move another set of lilies over there, transfer to base, and it did that thing, it's annoying, to Hankau. Not necessarily super ideal, but what we're going to do is if we set the nates to stand down, do that for all nates, then with the lilies we can go ground attack, select target, and bombard that. So set this for all lilies. Now I think this other one needs some pilots. It does, so get a couple. And yeah, no, we do have recon. There's Cheng To. There could be fighters there. Okay. So, where are our zeros? They're here. Let's get them to sweep over Cheng Te. And see what they can find. Now, does sweep also have secondary missions? No, it doesn't. Well, I think it will, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, little things in this game mechanics that kind of I never am sure of, and that, you know, bug me. Now, we are pushing quite hard down towards Kuala Lumpur and Temula, so that's good. You know, this is obviously something we've wanted to do for a while. Capturing Samarin is good. I'm again, my pronunciation of things is awful. But we can start getting that swept of mines, which will be good. Pardon me for the slight sniffle. There's a slight sniffle going on. Okay, so oh god, there's a fucking the Shikaku and the Hiryu are there, and oh my god. And I think this is what got hit from Babladal. Oh my god. Motherfucker. Okay. Don't have any sub-chasers there. Do we have any in here? No. We do have destroyers that we're not really using. So, anti-submarine combat. 1, 2... we'll use the slightly older ones. There we go. So these are older destroyers. These are kamikaze classes. We can get these on anti-submarine patrol. Let's just double check they do have... Yep, they do have anti-submarine. Thank fuck for that. The commander, your aggression is far too low. Let me go back and let me change the actual leaders. Your aggression is fine. And what about your... Oh, you're the same commander. Right, you need better aggression. That leader change. Okay, good. Because remember, we've done this before, and the better commanders have led to better results. So, let us set a patrol zone. So we're going to go to the north of Truk. Then we're going to go to the southwest of Truk, and then to the southeast. Again, form this nice little triangle. Max react of, let's do it as 3. And then that should cover Truk quite nicely. We got submarines heading towards Port Moresby, which is good. We do have stuff offloading. We now have an Air Force unit at Rebel, which is always handy. Now then, speaking of, we were doing some long-ass flights the last couple of days. We've been moving zeros and things. Now, this is going to take 1 day to repair. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna leave it for 1 day, let it do its repair work, so then we can move it down afterwards. Is there anything else we needed to move on? There is some Claudes there, the kawaii attachment. But I'm just gonna kind of leave them there for the time being. They're on a bit of protection duty. Okay, so the thing that I want us to also sort, which is a pretty significant thing, I need to just quickly do a deliberate attack to capture this, and then they can move on to Manila, is we need to probably move a division from Japan itself. So something that is pretty significant is that there is a few divisions just kind of chilling in Japan. So for example, the 53rd Division is just kind of chilling here. This can be used elsewhere. Now, it's kind of working out where to deploy this. As mentioned, I'm kind of worried that Clarkfield is going to become a bit of a siege, but once we've kind of broken him down there, hopefully we can push quickly into Bataan. Another place that I've struggled to take in the past is Singapore, but there is also Rangoon. So what we're going to do is we are going to check our political points, which we should have a fair few. We've got 2,117. And then we're going to go to the 53rd Division. And then we're going to see if we've got enough points to change it, which we do. And what we're going to do is, just for the time being, is we're going to set this to the 16th Army, which is going towards... we're going to get this to go to Singapore, okay? Because, again, it's kind of an area that we want to deal with, and we want to deal with quickly. Now, I'm not going to land at Mersing, because I still think the Mersing Gambit is a terrible idea. But what we are going to do is, let's see if we can... there's a lot of stuff we want to convert in these as well. Again, I've been told about things to convert into and blah, blah, all that sort of stuff. Certain ships that are good for converting into tankers, for example, as well. So, the only problem here is... Oh, wait. Convert to carry troops. It's going to take a few days, but what we're going to do is we're going to convert a couple of these into AKTs, which will allow them to carry troops along. And then obviously carry the, the 53rd Division to where we need them to go. So if we manage ships under repair, and they're all in the shipyard, there's still plenty of room, so that's apparently fine. Oh wait, no, these are all on pier side. What happens if they go into the shipyard? Should be enough. Yeah, there is enough there. And it'll still take them 5 days, but at least it just kind of gets it done. In the shipyard, and then we can move the division on and go from there. We will need to make sure that there is some stuff around, but there is also some battleships and things here. So the Nagato, for example, what we're going to probably do is we could maybe we could land at Mersing. Our recon is suggesting that there's not a lot there, and this is the one thing that I have constant trust in, is our recon levels. Now, what I will do is for the next few days, while they're repairing, I will just kind of see if there is anything else there. It is saying we've got pretty good detection. Now, Singapore, Invictus has chucked all his troops in. Probably by the time we get down there, Mersing is already going to be kind of clear, so it might not be worthwhile. But what we can at least do is, get troops down there so they don't have to move even further. So we might set them up for amphibious stuff. That could be what we do. Now, the thing I kind of want to avoid is I don't necessarily want to do a lot of kind of bombing of Mersing. I don't want to give it away that that's where we're thinking of heading. Now, something that I also want to do is I kind of want to invade Pamlabang now. Get it done early so that it is out of the way, and then we can kind of carry on with what we need to do elsewhere. We can plan for something else. Now, the big problem is the extended radius on our recon here is not good enough for Pamela Bang. However, what about from Miri? Also not good enough. Fuck. Piss. Now, we do have the 2nd Division on its way, and it's moving quite steadily. It does have destroyer escorts, good. Now, the plan with the 2nd Division is that these guys are going to, as historically accurate, it's going to be the guys who start the landing of Java. Now, the 4th Infantry Regiment, what is that part of? There's obviously stuff coming over. It doesn't actually say. Unless I was being dumb and it's in here. No, oh yeah, no, it is. It's also part of the 2nd. Okay. So yeah, the second Infantry Division is going to take all of this. It's going to be the thing that lands on Java. That's their goal. And that should be more than enough for what we need. Now, what I also want to do is make sure that we're following up at Balak Papan nearby, but the other troops are going to move because I'm going to probably need to move them to somewhere else to do some more landings elsewhere. Perhaps like somewhere on the Salib Islands. Other than that, things are pretty okay. Let's just have a quick look at our industry, particularly for our air. We aren't producing any more factories for certain aircraft, so that should be fine. We're building up a pool of Sallies, which is good. And our research facilities, they are expanding, which is handy and good to see. If we go to type, we'll be able to see a bit better. Currently have 8 zero factories for the new zeros. And then for duties, we've got 5. What about for Oscars? Just the 1 at the moment. 14 on Helen's. And then 3 on Frank's. Okay. So we'll see how that goes over time, and yeah, keep an eye on that. Now, obviously, a big thing that we are kind of going to be doing is we want to keep the what do we call it? We want to keep Bataan and Clark Field as isolated as possible. We don't want any ships coming in there. Now, it's going to take a while for their supplies to dry out, but at the same time, the fact that we have Manila is useful for us because that's 120,000. Sorry, 102,000 supplies. So again, when we take casualties, yes, we are technically still losing some stuff, but generally you can see, like here, for example, the 48th Division is still pretty up there. Now, the big issue I have is that his assault value is pretty high, and obviously is not going to be something that we are going to be able to deal with super well. Where is the heavy artillery? Okay, it's on... Oh, the 38th Division is on its way with the heavy artillery. So, again, we're going to be upping our numbers of troops at Clark Field. So, at least there's plenty of troops going there. Let's have a look at details. Radio transmissions detected at Banjarmasin and Hobart. So, that would suggest where stuff is. We'll keep an eye on that. We should have stuff near Hobart. Trying to blockade Melbourne as well and Sydney. But nothing's coming through then. Yeah. Now, if he offloads shit at Hobart, then that's fine because then it's not going to help. Well, Hobart isn't big enough to support the American fleets. And it's also too far away. But I tell you what, let's just set one to clear patrol zone. Patrol around target. Let's just send one to go patrol around Hobart, see what we can find. Let's try and get some successes of our own. Okay, and with that, we will leave it here. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Have a very, very good day, and I will see you next time. Cheers. Bye.